And welcome to Mermaid Song Tarot. This is the general reading for Libra for February 2023. Welcome! As you can see, I'm changing things up just a little bit. Again, just trying out something new for 2023. I'd love to build community and really connect with you. So I decided to turn the camera around and we'll see if we can chat face to face. And this is my creating space. It's my office in my home, and I do a lot of creating here. I'm a bit of a serial crafter, so I have a lot of hobbies, and this is where all that stuff lives. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the reading for the month for Libra. As always, you'll want to take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is a general reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So you may want to check out the other videos for February for your Moon and Rising signs, just to make sure you get a more clear picture of how the energy is going to play out for the month. And let's see here. I'm changing up the reading a little bit, mostly because I felt like we need to go in more in depth into the readings. 5 cards just by themselves just weren't enough. I like the energy readings, but I felt like we need a little bit more meat. So I will be doing 3 cards, and then we'll pull some clarifiers, and we'll also do the oracle card at the end. So as always, I would like to ask for blessing on my decks of cards, and I ask that the messages be clear and concise and for the highest good of everyone who is viewing this video, past, present, or future. And so mote it be. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I'm doing 3, 3, and 3, so it's like a 9-card reading. We're going to, we'll take that. We're going to do 3 cards for Libra, your past, what's happened in the recent past. And then we'll do 3 cards for the present, and then 3 cards for what's coming up for you in February. And I'll show each of these cards to you as we go along. So there's our 3 cards for the past. The first one we've got is the lovely Queen of Cups. What a nice card. Queen of Cups is that card full of love, self-care. This is a good card for self-care. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot, by the way. This is a fantastic card for self-care. It is all about showing love and compassion, and it's internal. The queens are internal, so it's the internal expression of that and how you carry that out. So you've had some love going on. You may have been focused on learning how to take care of yourself, how to show yourself more love, or show that to others as well. Then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune tells us that you have recently completed a cycle in your life. The Wheel of Fortune is the lucky card, so you might have gotten lucky in the recent past. Hope you did. This could be lucky in many different areas, not just in the love relationship sector. You may have recently gotten a new job or a promotion, or something wonderful happened for you. You're lucky. This is fantastic news. And then, interesting. Okay, so we got the 10 of Swords, and this is what this card looks like, but it was in the reverse position, which is very interesting. Okay, so 10 of Swords typically is talking about endings, and it can be, swords are always about your thoughts and mental processes and your communications. So in the upright position, the 10 of Swords gives us the idea that we are experiencing an ending to some kind of conflict, primarily a mental conflict, or it could even be a verbal conflict. But in the reversed position, we see that, sorry, it's kind of striking me as when it's upside down, it looks like she's flying. I like this. It kind of, she is flying in the upright position. It's sort of like yin and yang. So take a look at this. This is the upright position of this card. And then this is, so you get sort of the sense of the male and female aspects, the positive, the negative, the yin and yang, right? The Tao symbol. That's just what it struck me. So it looks like to me that the ending that you've recently experienced has helped to bring more balance to your life and helped you to resolve some things mentally so that you can move forward. The tens are always the culmination in the minor arcana. So this is an ending of mental, sometimes one would say mental anguish, because the 9, that's what's happening in that card, is worry and anxiety that keeps you up. And then we move to the 10 where there's a definite ending to that. But the reversed gives us the idea of, yes, there's an ending, but it's an ending that brings a nice resolution. Okay, interesting. All right, now let's pull some cards for what your present is, Libra. So 3 cards for Libra, please, for the present. All right. It's a little cold here, and my nose just suddenly decided to run. Sorry about that. Okay. So for your present energy, we have 9 of Swords. So this is sort of interesting because we had the 10 of Swords reversed, which is a little bit of backpedaling, I think. Now we're backpedaling to the 9. So we've got 9 of Swords. I'm just going to talk about the 9 of Swords first. So the 9 of Swords typically shows someone who is being kept awake by all of the anxieties and thoughts that are going around in their mind. But in this deck, it gives us another perspective on it, and that is of a soldier. See, he's got his sword, and he's looking up in the sky to a battle. Now, he's a winged soldier, so his battles would sometimes be up in the air, and it gives us that whole air feeling, which is the element of swords. But he's deciding, do I join this battle or not? Is this a fight that I want to be involved in or not? So this says to me, Libra, that you've gained a little bit of maturity in this past cycle, this Wheel of Fortune that you have just completed. And your maturity and your clarity is, just because there is a battle doesn't mean that you have to engage with it. And I think that's the lesson that you're learning at this point. Do I need to engage? Do I need to say those things? Or can I just let it ride? Or just step away from it altogether? Do I need to be worrying and be anxious about things all the time? Or can I just let that go? Then, interestingly, you've got the Devil card. Now, the Devil card is always a card of several different things. And in this one, you can see the devil figure up above, and then the person is like trapped. There's always people that appear to be trapped in some way in a devil card. Not always, but in a lot of depictions of it, and certainly in the original Rider-Waite-Smith depiction of it. So the devil is the entity that basically rules the material world. Right? He manifests in the material world. So it's the card of artists and musicians and anyone who is manifesting in the material world, which frankly is everyone. It can indicate that there's an issue with addictions of any kind. But to me, the Devil card is a card that has to do with your choices. And what are you choosing? And are you allowing those choices to control you? Or do you control the choice? So, taken together with the Nine of Swords, this is very, very interesting because it shows to me that you're at a point in your life where you're able to get a little bit of distance from whatever's going on. Step back and go, hey, I actually have options. I can make some choices. I can choose to engage with this thing, or I cannot. I can choose to let this aspect of my life or situation control me, or I can choose not to let it control me. Very interesting. What's really great about this is your next card, which is Nine of Cups. Now, Nine of Cups is it's sometimes called the wish fulfillment card. It is the 9, so it's not the 10. It's not full completion of everything and being absolutely deliriously happy, you know, with everything, but it is a card of your wishes and dreams coming true. You're beginning to feel that personal emotional fulfillment, right? So what I'm seeing here is that you've got Queen of Cups over the Nine of Swords. So when you show yourself love and you have compassion and love for others, you're able to get some distance and not be so embroiled in whatever dramas are going on around you. Your cycle that's ended, the Wheel of Fortune right over the Devil, shows us that this cycle has been about learning how to manipulate your world, your material. You know, we're creating in the material here. And you've got control over the choices and showing some maturity in making those choices. Then you've got Ten of Swords reversed directly over the Nine of Cups. So when you are making these choices, you're able to achieve that balance, right? Okay, this is wonderful. I like it. Libra, you've been doing some work. All right, now we need 3 cards for what's coming towards Libra, please. All right. Nice. Okay, there we go. All right, so your first card of what's coming towards you for February is the Magician. See if I can get it to focus. Hello. The Magician card is the card of creation. It is the card of I am the magic. It's the card of taking all of the tools that you have. So in the tarot, you have several tools. You've got swords, which is your thought processes, your brain, your logic, right? You have cups, that's your emotions. You have wands. Wands is the fire suit, and it's all about action, passion, creativity. And then pentacles, which is your resources. Anything that's a resource. Your money, your career, your love relationships, your health, your energy. All those things are resources. So the Magician takes all 4 of those tools and he combines them with his will. And when he does this, he's able to create in the material world. Interesting, because you've got the Devil, who is the ruler of the material world. So, you've got the Magician, which is I am the magic, right? I create my own magic. And then you've got Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is a card of an offer of love. It is the beginning of the minor arcana suit of cups. And it has to do with innocence, feeling that simple joy in just, you know, joy in the simple things. It doesn't have to be, you know, the most amazing trip to Bali or, you know, praise and accolades from everyone or, you know, amazing, ginormous experiences. It can be something as simple as taking a walk in your neighborhood and enjoying the sound of the birds singing. So it's an offer of love, right? And it's a return to that simple innocence of just enjoying every moment. I have to say that this is also what you're creating. The Magician is always creating. That's what he does. Ooh. Huh. All right. And then coming towards you, Libra, you have the Tower. Now, it looks scary. The Tower always looks terrifying. But it's meant to convey the idea that there is something completely unexpected and it's something that just changes your world, right? Now, oftentimes people see the Tower and they just like freak out. Same way they do with the Devil card and the Death card. They freak out with those cards. But the Tower is always about, it's about sudden, unexpected change or epiphanies that just, boom, change your world. So this can be external events and it can be internal events. My readings are always prescriptive readings, meaning I look at the cards and what I see is, what do we need to do in order to grow as a person? mentally, emotionally, spiritually, how do we grow, right? And I feel like our higher self is always trying to get us to see that. How can we become better? How can we be a better person? So for me, Tower moments are almost always internal epiphanies. Those things that just all of a sudden something changes with the way that you think about something and bam, and then you're looking at everything completely new. So this is very interesting because what you've got here is you've got this interesting progression of love and compassion for others, ending a cycle, learning how to become more balanced, and choosing when you're going to engage with drama, conflict. You're going after your dreams. Your dreams are starting to be fulfilled, right? So this is the past and the present. And then with the future, here, now that you've gained a little bit more mastery over the material world and how that works for you, now you're the magician. You are creating your own reality. This brings in more love, more simple joys, more happiness to you. And then you're going to have an epiphany about that. I personally think that your epiphany is that when you stop trying to control things and you just show yourself more love and show others more love, then you actually, it's easier for you to create what you want. It just happens. It flows to you. It flows to you like this Nine of Cups. It's going to, an epiphany is one of those words that sometimes people don't understand. And an epiphany is a moment of deep inner knowing where something just bursts into your thought processes and it gives you a completely new and different perspective about something. Suddenly you understand something on this deep, visceral level that you've never understood in quite that way before. Now, I will say, all of that being said, we can read it, purely in the material world as well. So if we're talking about things in the material world, it's very possible that there's an issue with addiction, that you are struggling with that. You dream of breaking free of that. Yes, you are the magic. You will have the opportunity to do that. And there's going to be a moment when it comes to you that you have the power and you are going to suddenly realize, this is what needs to happen. Now, shadow card. Underneath the deck, we've got Six of Wands and Six of Swords and Eight of Wands, which is interesting. So the energy that's underlying the month of February is actually one of victory. The Six of Wands is the victory card. Typically will show a soldier who's parading, right? Parading through the town. He's getting praise, accolades. He's accomplished something. It's awards. So there's an element of be proud of yourself. Your Six of Swords is always the card of moving on. It's a card of you are divinely protected and watched over. You have some baggage. That's the swords. You're taking those things with you, but you are moving confidently forward into the future. And then Eight of Wands is also underneath the deck. So the underlying shadow energy here, if I can get my camera to focus, is that of focused action towards your goals. So the shadow aspect here is showing some forward movement and some good things. This is what you're moving towards. It's I think that your forward movement is going to get faster once you realize how it all works. All right. Whew. That got kind of deep. All right. I love it. Okay. And then we're going to do an oracle card from Messages from the Mermaids. And what do we get? We got Contemplation. Oh, how apropos. So there's your oracle card for the month of February. And I'm just going to read it to you. I like to just scan through and then see what words like jump out at me, because those are always the ones that are the message. Contemplate your current situation and allow your thoughts and feelings to flow. Use your mind in conjunction with your heart and think things through before making decisions. Okay, interesting. I really think the Nine of Swords is that. It's literally that. Think things through before you make your decision. Enjoying her time in contemplation, this mermaid uses her creativity to look at various outcomes and scenarios. The beauty of this is that it can be a fun and creative process, allowing you to imagine you're experiencing the things you're contemplating without doing anything in physical reality. It's a bit like trying before you buy or commit. This situation calls for you to think deeply, using your wisdom and imagination to arrive at wholesome solutions. Your feelings may be a bit confused right now, and you're prone to follow your heart, which is usually a good thing. This situation calls for you to use your mind in conjunction with your heart and think things through rationally before coming to any decisions, especially potentially life-changing ones. All right, good advice. I love it. Libra, I hope that the reading resonated with you, and if it did, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. I'd love to bring more people to my channel and get to know you better. And as our videos progress, we'll get to know each other a little bit better. Please comment. Tell me how the reading resonated with you or not. Either way, I want to know. And if you'd like to find out more or be notified when videos come out, click that subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and many blessings.